This is the S&P 500 SPDR ETF SPY 1-month overview reading for the month of December 2024. It's currently November 10th, 2024, 7:45 p.m. Eastern Time. SPY at the time of this reading is $598.19. That's USD. The shuffle video for the December SPY reading was created on October 15th, 2024 at 1:53 p.m. Eastern Time. In this video, we're going to go over the overall trend direction for the month of December. We're going to talk about information having to do with the chart behavior around the timing of the highest high and the lowest low for the month. We're going to give you the timing to the day of the highest high and the lowest low for the month of December towards the end of the video. But before that, we're also going to give you day-by-day chart behavior throughout the month. It's important to understand that the timing on this, it should be pretty much on point to the day, but there may be cases where it's plus or minus a day of here or there, a wiggle room on a really bad reading, maybe even plus or minus 2 days. It happens occasionally, but what you can count on most importantly is the sequence of chart behavior. So always pay attention to that. And really, if you're planning to trade this information, if you're planning to utilize it for more than just entertainment purposes, I highly recommend that you get the early access subscription on our website, Tarot for Traders, which gives you live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts. I'll tell you how to get that at the end of the video. And then before we get into the best trades that we see for the month, we're going to review October to make sure that our standard as far as our accuracy is up to par. Then we'll come back, we'll give you the best trades that we see as well as the timing of the highest high and the lowest low. So stay tuned for the end of the video, my friends. The overall theme and behavior for the month of December, we have a near overbought crest that we sell off from through multiple support levels. And this is like relevant on the scale, obviously, of like a 1-year chart. It's crossed with the love card, which is usually some sort of move. It's like the love card is usually a prominent move on the scale of the reading, prominent move higher through key resistance. We stay above it briefly and then break back down through the same price level shortly thereafter, creating like a capital A in the English language with a peak just momentarily through that horizontal line or price level. So overall, it seems to me like there's a possibility of it being pretty mixed, but we're going to get into that as we progress through the day-by-day chart behavior. So the chart behavior that we should see around the month's highest high or highest highs will be out of a scary decline. So technical chart behavior will lead us to believe that we're going to go lower. And even so, we still go higher, taking us into the high. So it should be a relevant move to the upside on at least a 1-month scale, probably a 1-year chart scale, out of a decline or out of some really negative technical chart behavior. Behavior around the low, I've got the prudence card indicating that there's going to be a lot of sideways rotation near the low. We may see the low more than once. Either that or there's going to be a scenario where it looks like we're going to go lower based on technical analysis, or there's like a whipsaw action, something along those lines near the low. We'll look at that in more detail as we progress into the day-by-day chart behavior. Now, we're going to get into that day-by-day chart behavior and then give you the timing of the highest highs, the lowest lows, as well as the best trade opportunities, review October, all of that stuff in just a moment, but I want to make sure that you're aware of the rule of karma for the channel. Listen, guys, I was a Wall Street broker and had a near-death experience. Many revelations took place while I was still on Wall Street. One of the revelations I had is that everything happens for a reason. So me finding myself on Wall Street, need to figure out what I was supposed to be doing there with this like third eye that just exploded open. And it occurred to me I should be transmuting the energy, the competitive energy of the stock market into goodwill. Imagine if everybody donated a portion of what they made in profits. Whenever they profit in the stock market, they took a little piece of that and they donated it to some sort of goodwill, donated it forward to the world. I mean, how much better would the world be? So that's what we're here to do. It's the main purpose of the channel. That's why the majority of the stuff is free, so we can help you, but we trust that you will follow through on the rule of karma because it's important to the channel to help support the channel, my friend. So with that said, you go to the resources tab of our website, Tarot for Traders, click on resources, and you can take 5% of the profits from every profitable trade using this information and donate it forward to one of these charities or charity of your choosing. And then 5% of the profit should be donated back to the channel. If you're foreign and you can't send money through like a Venmo or PayPal, you can use Wise, which is a really trustworthy app you can send money through, or you can use the crypto where we've got a ton of different QR codes to donate in different crypto. And it leaves you at 90%, way more than a stockbroker would ever leave you with, nor would they ever have the accuracy that we have here on the channel. So make sure to spend that 90% out of love. As long as you follow those rules, you're an angel investor of the channel. The universe is going to send it back to you tenfold for following through. Don't be the other guy. Blessings to all my angel investors. Let's get back into it. So on the second, we have the Magus card indicating that there's a significant move. The Magus card move can be in either direction. So that's a tricky situation. However, there should be an important trough there on the second. So on the second, we've got the Magus card and an important trough on a 1-month scale. And it looks like it's to the downside into that trough. The following day, however, we've got a crest that we sell off from down to and through a support level on a 1-month scale relevancy. And then we do a U-shaped reversal below that support level. We come back, break through the price level, and then reuse it as support. There's also an important crest here on a 1-month scale where we'll break through resistance momentarily before we break back down through it shortly thereafter. And early on the third, we should have a sideways fluctuating rally preceding a decline. The decline likely taking place, if not in the afternoon on the third, then overnight and into the fourth. If not, there's a sharp drop. It looks like on the cusp of the third, fourth. It probably takes place overnight, either that or it's going to be in the morning there. And there's an important resistance level that'll be highlighted around that decline. An important resistance level that we failed to break through many times before on the scale of at least the 1-month chart. We have a trade opportunity I'll talk about in more detail taking place here in the first week of December. And then a rally on the 5th. The rally either starts out of a decline on the 4th or it starts on the 5th, but that rally does turn over on the 5th. It's halted by a decline through key support level on a 1-month scale. There should be a prominent peak on a 1-month scale there on the 5th as well. And then on the 6th, we have a failed attempt to break through key resistance again on a 1-month scale, followed by a decline through key support and a prominent trough on a 1-month scale as well. Notable reversal on the 9th. Somebody's speaking near a trough or a low on at least a 1-day chart, midday through the 9th. Somebody's speaking and and a notable reversal taking place there with a big move to the upside towards the very end of the day on the 9th or overnight. On the 10th, looks like we probably open lower in the morning on the 10th. We do some sideways rotation on the 10th, a prominent trough there on a 1-month scale. Towards the end of that sideways rotation, we should see a big move to the upside. That big move to the upside will likely take us into an overbought crest on the 11th that we then sell off from through multiple support levels. There's a brief peak that's easily missed on the 12th, followed by another decline through multiple support levels, and then erratic behavior on the 13th. We'll crisscross back and forth through the same price level erratically. Usually when you see the pleasure card, there's the revisiting of an opportunity, often at a crest, but sometimes it is a trough. It's a revisiting of an opportunity within that erratic behavior. And it's usually like something that on a 1-month scale reading, it's usually something that took place just a few days prior. So most likely we'll be revisiting a peak or crest on the 12th that we saw on the 12th or on the 13th. An unexpected move on the 16th. This is a move to the upside that'll really stand out on a 1-month scale, but it'll be kind of like unexpected, taking us into a prominent peak on a 1-month scale towards the end of the day there on the 16th. Likely it's unexpected, so if likely there's going to be like a decline early in the day, either that or the 13th ends up being scary decline, or a gap over the weekend, something along those lines before this big move to the upside. If we don't see that, then the big move to the upside is going to be really big, and or it'll be like a gap up or something along those lines. A lot of volatility on the 17th with a decline off of the peak from the 16th, a decline into a trough towards the end of the day on the 17th. More decline on the 18th through multiple support levels, and we visit an important support level on a 1-month scale, probably on a 1-year chart scale, highlighted on the 19th. Usually when you see the ace of discs, there's a lot of price change on the scale of the reading, so on the scale of a 1-month chart, basically a lot of price change into and or out of that important support level, but usually there's a lot of price change and sideways rotation. And it looks like we've got a rally on the 20th along a diagonal trend line. It ends with a fast sudden move higher and then a breakdown through that diagonal trend line with increasing volatility on the way down. On the 22nd, this is sort of a tricky day, guys, the 22nd. So I'm going to give you kind of like if then. So most likely we open lower on the morning of the 22nd, and then there's this big move to the upside to a peak early in the morning. If we don't open lower, then there's a sharp drop from a peak in the morning, and then that drop from the peak is followed by a big move to the upside. Either way, we have a rally into key resistance on the half day of the 24th, and that resistance we'll expect to break through based on the technicals most likely. If something will make us feel like we're going to break through. Widely in the market, the sentiment will be that we're going to break through this resistance, but instead we disappoint, we turn around and we decline through key support on a 1-month scale. Usually there's like a break through the resistance just for like a split second or like a minute or something. You just break through it just temporarily, and then you'll break down through key support instead. We've got a prominent peak on the 26th that we then have sharp decline off of, and another big price change day on the 27th, indicated by that princess of discs. It's very similar energy or chart behavior to that of the 19th, where we had the ace of discs. So you can expect a lot of price change and an important support level on a multi-day scale, probably on a 1-year chart scale, highlighted there, where we should do some sideways rotation along that support. On the 30th, we successfully find support. Usually that's a move to the upside, turning resistance into support, but it's not always the case. Sometimes it's a decline, and then sometimes there's a decline preceding that success card, and then the success card is when we finally find support. We can count on establishing support there on the 30th. There's a peak in the morning on the 31st, and we have a U-shaped dip, a near overbought crest early in the day on the 31st that we sell off from, with a prominent trough on a 1-month scale as well. And then we do like a U-shaped dip and probably have another peak towards the end of the day on the 31st or the following trading day. The sneak preview card for January, we've got a decline through multiple support levels. First, we'll decline through one into another on a multi-day scale or 1-year chart scale, and then we'll rotate sideways along that second one before breaking down through more supports. That'll happen at some point in January, but there's a lot more to January than just that, so look out for the January reading. The earliest you can get it is through early access on our website, or for free, the earliest you can get it is through signing up for the newsletter on our website. I'll show you how to do all that stuff at the end of the video. Now, I'm going to give you the timing to the day of the month's highest high and the month's lowest low, plus or minus a day here of wiggle room. That's why the chart behavior that I give you for around the high and the low is also important, helps to time and signal where it is. And then I'm going to give you the best trades that I see throughout the month of December, so stay tuned for all that. First, we're just going to do a quick review October and see how we did. All right, so most of this is pretty solid. There were a couple of places where we kind of screwed up, but the really cool thing, the real strength of SO meta-analysis is not in the same timing that we were usually really on point with, but when we're wrong on the timing, the real power is then shown of SO meta-analysis, because you can then course correct really easily because there's so much other information. You're getting in the prediction all of the chart behavior between the high and the low, so the sequence of events helps you to stay on point in cases where the timing is off here or there, versus like another prediction where they don't give you all that chart behavior, just kind of like the high and the low. What do you do if they're wrong? So that's where the real strength is. In any case, we had a high and a low here on the first day of the month, and it wasn't quite on the same day, but it was pretty close. The high and the low here. On the 4th, we had a resistance level highlighted that we declined and then returned to, right? And you can see we had this resistance level here that we declined, and then we returned to it the next day. It makes for a really good trading opportunity. but we did expect the high for the month to be here. There were some alternate locations. We thought the high for the month was most likely going to be on the third, fourth, but when we were going higher on the 7th, 8th, it became clear, and that's what I mean by easy to course correct. It then became clear that we were going to have a high here on the 17th, 18th, and you can see if you were following along on our live streams or the Discord trade alerts, then you saw me course correct. That's the true power of SMeta, my friends, is being able to do that. And so we nailed it after we realized that we were wrong, right? And at the beginning of the month, we had a low here on the 22nd. It didn't end up being a low, but it did come close. It was one of the most significant lows of the month. And then we also had the possibility of a high here on the 25th. You can see we came pretty close to the high here on the 25th, followed by another low at the very end of the month. There on the 31st, I have it for the 30th. Pretty solid reading, guys, especially considering the October reading was created on August 20th, 2024, 10:01 p.m. Eastern time. It's pretty solid stuff, my friends. Lastly, I just want to see how we did on our trades. So this Ace of Swords trade would have really worked, right? We had this resistance we declined from. We actually returned to it, declined and returned to it on the same day, and then a few days later as well. So in the midst of that decline, you could have opened up a long and closed the long when we revisited the same day. That would have been a solid trade. Or you would have held the long and probably closed it on the 7th based on the Princess of Wands, but even so, really solid stuff. And then we had a short position opened here on the 17th with the possibility of closing it on the 21st, which if you timed it correctly, that would have been a solid trade. You would have left some on the table, but we also had a backup trade. So if you missed the opportunity to exit there, the backup would have been possibly on the 25th, but if not the 25th, then the 28th or the 29th. Pretty much any of those days would have been a solid day. We most likely would have missed this big move, but I mean, it's not about getting the max gain. It's about making consistent, solid trades. So this all would have been solid stuff, guys. Much appreciation to all those people. I see those Rule of Karma donation coming through. You guys are awesome. You're the reason why I do this. You better believe I know who you are, my friends. All right, so the timing of the highest high for December, the timing of the lowest low. So we have a lowest low thus far taking place on the 2nd. The absolute lowest low for the month should be taking place on the 10th, like the 10th, maybe the cusp of the 10th, 11th. As far as the highest highs for the month, we've got a highest high thus far taking place around the 3rd, 4th, probably a highest high thus far taking place on the 5th, 6th as well. But the highest, the absolute high for the month of December should be this unexpected move to the upside taking place on the 16th. And we should have this move higher through resistance before breaking back down through that resistance in the days that follow. As far as the best trades for the month, in week 1, there's this pretty solid trade. So we're going to have out of a lowest low thus far on the 2nd, we'll have this big move to the upside. In a trough there, you could likely open up a long position and close that long position on the 3rd when we have a crest on a 1-month chart scale. Yeah, so you can close out of that long position on the 3rd when we have a crest. We'll break through key resistance on a 1-month scale momentarily. We'll break through it, and then we'll break back down through it shortly thereafter. Meet another support level, break through that, and then do a U-shaped reversal below that, come back and reuse it as support, and that's kind of like a signal to exit. And also, you could probably, if you time it right, open up a short for this big move to the downside. So open up a short on the 3rd or on the cusp of the 3rd, 4th. Whenever we see that key resistance that's highlighted that we failed to break through many times before, provided it's not after the sharp drop on the cusp of the 3rd, 4th, you want to open up at that resistance, a short position, and close that short position on the cusp of the 4th, 5th. Guys, really, these are predictions. The majority of these are going to pan out really solid, but it's highly advised if you're actually going to put money down on these trades to follow the live Discord trade alerts, because I'll tell you right there, if it looks like it's going to be a solid trade in real time. It's important. In week 2, on the 9th, towards the end of the day, there's a notable move to the upside. It should be after a reversal midday on the 9th. Notable move to the upside. And then likely a gap down overnight into the 10th. So that move to the upside likely offers opportunity to open up a short. You would close that short at the lowest low for the month on the 10th or on the cusp of the 10th, 11th. That low on the 10th, 11th is also where you'd want to enter into a long position if you're looking to capitalize on the high with this big move to the upside on the 16th. I would recommend looking for the exit of a short and the entry into a long here on the 10th or on the cusp of the 10th, 11th when you see sideways rotation that ends with a fast sudden move higher out of a lowest low for the month. Close out of that long position, probably on the cusp of the 11th, 12th. If I'm wrong about that, or if you've got more risk tolerance, then you wait for this unexpected move to the upside on the 16th. That move to the upside on the 16th, taking us into a high side for the month where you could open up a short and then close that short on the 19th when we hit key support level on a multi-day scale with some sideways rotation after a big move to the downside. If that doesn't work out as an exit, you'd likely be able to exit on the 22nd. If we gap down over the weekend, I would exit immediately. If we don't gap down over the weekend, then I would probably wait until we decline probably midday off of a peak. This Ace of Cups is likely going to offer a multi-day opportunity to open up a long position, but the days that follow it are a little tricky. So I would recommend not just jumping into this. I would recommend following the live Discord trade alerts and live updated trading view charts. They're game changer. If you're serious about trading SOMeta, you really need to have these services. Otherwise, you should really just be treating this stuff as like entertainment. It really proves that extrasensory perception works, but it's too risky because we're not right all the time, guys. And even when we're right, sometimes it's very difficult to determine when and how to make that trade. I've got 25 years of experience doing this, guys. Leave it up to me. I'll show you how to get access to the live updated trading view in just a moment. That's the SPY for December 2024. Thank you so much for watching. Again, you guys, you can get access to this monthly reading a lot sooner than the third Friday of the month if you just sign up for the free newsletter on our website, Tarot for Traders. Right here on the homepage, just scroll down a little bit and sign up. Now, if you're interested in the live Discord trade alerts, live updated trading view charts, what you want to do is you want to go to our website, Tarot for Traders, hover over Order Now, click on Subscriptions, and for the early access, you get the live Discord trade alerts and updated trading view charts for SPY only. But I do day trading of SPY, there's swing trading of SPY, and you get the live updated trading view charts where I actually draw entries and exits. So I was a little bit early, but basically what I did is I was staggering into, I jumped the gun. I should have waited one day based on the reading, but I didn't want to miss out and I didn't expect this to go this high. But either way, we basically staggered into a short position, and provided everything goes south this coming week, the week of the 11th, provided everything goes south, we're all going to be happy campers. But you can see how I drew in these little entry points for the short position. We're looking to exit the short position. Again, all of that stuff is part of the early access subscription on our website. If you want the same services, but for all of these tickers here, Apple, Amazon, Bitcoin, Google, Gold, Meta, Nvidia, oil, shitcoin, Solana, Theta, Tesla, VIX, XRP. We predict all of those on a monthly basis. Basically the same type of prediction, the same information that you got in this SPY video, you get for all of those as part of the monthly access subscription, and you get access to the Discord channel for all of those tickers and the live updated trading view charts for all of those tickers. Game-changing services, all part of the monthly access subscription, which is currently $300 a month. And also, guys, I would look out if you're interested in Total Access. Total Access gives you all the services of monthly and early access, but you also get access to the paid version of all of our 1 years and the live Discord trade alerts and updated trading view charts for all of these tickers here. It's our premium service. You basically get access to everything, all of our predictions. There's nothing limited, and that's normally $500 a month. Our Black Friday deal is going to cut that down. It won't be less than the monthly, but it'll be close. So look out for that Black Friday deal, my friends. And with that said, thank you so much for watching. Blessings to all my angel investors. You know where to go. You know what to do. I'll see you guys on the next one.